Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Last time we completed the investigation to find out what happened to Nekomaru Nidai. And we also found out that Hajime actually doesn't have a real ultimate talent. His family just had money and was able to buy him a spot in the Hope's Peak Academy. He was a Reserve Corps student. Interesting. Anyway, my skills set. I just want to make certain. Yes, we're good. Alright, let's go ahead and check out the truth bullets before we enter the trial proper. We got Monochrome file number 4. Mekamaru's body was discovered in Grape Tower. His head was severely damaged beyond repair. That should be considered the cause of death, despite the fact that his arms and legs are dismembered. These limbs are actually designed to be detachable, and it seems they separated due to severe impact. Aside from that, several other areas of the body are damaged. Because of this, many of his functions seem to have shut down. We have the wire that was found around his body, but at the end of the wire, it was tied into a loop. We have the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. When it's pressed, he goes into sleep mode. Oil on the floor. It came from Nekomaru because he's a robot, you see. Tipped over pillar. There was a tipped over pillar. And they're pretty heavy. And it's also stained with oil. New looking hammer. It was found at the scene of the crime. And it looks new. We have a chain. A chain was wrapped around the handles of the door at the back of Grape Tower. For some reason, the killer was able to enter the tower from the Strawberry Hall. Akane's account. She heard a rumbling noise at 5:30 a.m. Pillar fragments. A lot of pieces of the pillar were found scattered around and underneath Nekomaru's body, but there were none on top of him. Fuyuhiko's account. He saw Nekomaru walk toward the first floor Strawberry House at 5 a.m. Wall clock. At 5:30 a.m. the alarm of the wall clock. Wait, the alarm of wall clock in the There's a missing article there. The alarm of wall clock, yes, that is now a proper noun, in the lounge on Strawberry House's second floor started going off. He goes at the lounge by coincidence and managed to stop the alarm, but Kazuichi and Gundam rushed to the lounge after being alerted by the sound. However, Nagito was apparently the only one who didn't hear it. Contact elevator. It connects Grape House and Strawberry House. But it was broken at the Grape House side, so the last person to use it would have arrived at Grape House. Strawberry Hall's button, the button in Strawberry Hall that opens the door leading to the tower, was broken. Nagito's sudden appearance. Nagito suddenly appeared in Grape House, even though he was supposed to be at Strawberry House. The contact elevator was still broken. Kazuichi's account. Apparently the composite needle spun 180 degrees, was on the side of the contact elevator. Clock's alarm timer. Nekomaru used this alarm clock to recover from sleep mode. The clock's alarms are stopped at around 7:30. And the alarm was set to 7:30 as well. The radio clock. The clock in Nekomaru's chest receives radio waves at fixed intervals and automatically adjusts itself because of them. So it's a really, really precise clock, and it can't even be tampered with. A broken doorknob was found underneath Nekomaru. Well, okay, they're not specifying that, but hey, it was found. And there were some scratches on the doorknob. And one of the doorknobs from the far back door of Strawberry House was missing. So this doorknob was originally attached to that door. Then there's a strange feeling in the tower. Because we entered the tower, you know, like we entered from Strawberry House side and from Grape House side, but everything looked the exact same. Nothing was rotated 180 degrees. So now that we've examined everything, all rise as the Honorable Judge Monokuma presides over the case. I forgot that you have to agree first. Okay.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go! Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Sounds good as hell. Mostly because I am very hungry right now. I am struggling through this just to record this trial. And I'm also eating some peanuts while they're talking, too.
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me. I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is. I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
You don't have a good poker face, Akane.
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower from Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning?
I mean, it's almost like he stayed in the same house with them, idiot.
Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
What?
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
Well, this is derailed quickly.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
I mean, you say that, but have we forgotten Mikan? I mean, I would assume slitting somebody's throat and, you know, strangling somebody would be, you know, a bit on the cruel side. As opposed to a robot that can't feel too much pain? I mean, yeah, you know, he still had a conscious mind and everything, but still? I don't know. And then you also have Celeste from the first game, too, who was crazy and, you know, everything with the mastermind, but alright, fine.
One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
Oh, and let's not forget Peko. Yeah, okay, yep, her too.
You're the cruelest one here!
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously. We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon.
I feel like that was a backhanded comment there.
Well, the weapon is obvious, right? What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You could totally tell just by looking.
You can tell what the weapon is just by looking. It wouldn't be much of a mystery if that were true. The only thing at the crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably... Alright, we got wire, we got oil on the floor, tipped over pillar, new looking. Okay, wow. Pillar fragments, broken doorknob. That is a lot of junk.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
The hammer in the tower was the weapon. Like he said, it looks like that's the case, but
I guess we should.
yeah, I
figure out the
mean,
weapon
if the
first.
hammer really was the
The weapon
weapon,
was right there at the
why
scene
does it
of the
still
crime.
look brand new?
That pillar, huh?
Let's just
No,
wait
the hammer!
for the. Yeah, I can
The
speed up a
killer
little.
used that hammer and beat the crap.
Alrighty. Ooh, I thought I
No,
missed.
that's wrong. No, I can't accept that that hammer was the murder weapon.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
But then why leave it there to begin with?
Then why bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
Thank you, Fuyuhiko.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
That nickname?
Baby gangster? Me?
Just so you all know, I was trying to test you guys. I thought, maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
And I like how he was the only one that thought the hammer was the murder weapon.
It seems that was a waste of time.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle? If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
The actual weapon has oil on it, but if it's something at the crime scene that had oil on it, well, this didn't have oil. That, it's new looking. Nekomaru's body did have oil, but how is he going to be his own weapon? Unless somebody took off his leg and beat him over the head with it. It all makes sense, but no. The broken pillar also had oil on it.
I see! The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon. Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar.
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
We tried to move it, right?
Huff puff. It's no use. It's barely budging. Didn't I tell you?
Yeah, that pillar was pretty freaking heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
Don't be stupid. He ain't the type to commit suicide.
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess you're right.
What the heck?
But it does bother me a little. That word, suicide. By the way, the fourth murder of the killing school life was apparently ruled a suicide. Huh? No, that shouldn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru would commit suicide.
But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Huh? For reals?
Yes, for reals.
I see. So my gut was right after all. All right, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go!
She watches too much anime. I say as somebody who watches too much anime. Alright, so we got a lot of stuff right there. Let's see how this is going to play out.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
The killer murdered Nekomaru by tipping over that pillar. Is that really it?
No need to lift that pillar.
What?
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him
Oh,
with it is
because,
beyond a dream.
yeah. Alright, so, yeah,
What about tipping
yeah,
the pillar
yeah.
over?
Here's the thing, right there. Because if they
No,
did
that's
tip the
wrong.
pillar over and it hit him, why weren't there pillar fragments on top of them? Yeah.
If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body.
And even if, you know, he got like rolled over or something after being tied up, there would still be, like, you wouldn't get all of the dust or fragments off of your clothes. Come on now.
Huh? Fragments?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I briefly considered that too, but it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
Why are you so certain about that?
I just have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we?
Huh?
There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys, same as usual. You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter. What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
What did you say?
Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
Well, it looks like somebody's been woke.
Hey, Nagito, what the hell happened to you?
I just said he's been woke.
How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
Well, I mean, there's different kinds of lunatics, you know.
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
I can agree.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
A specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Of course I know, but I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon.
It all makes sense. Gundam was at the end of the final dead room, despite being there with everybody else. Okay, that doesn't make too much sense.
I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory. It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark devas of destruction.
I see.
I love this little budding romance between Sonya and Gundam. It's so good.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
Shut up, fool.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the Funhouse.
Huh? The secret of the Funhouse?
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Burn! God, I felt that one too. God, yikes! That was biting right there. Yeesh.
Except for Hajime?
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the Funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the Funhouse. Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the Funhouse.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
Faux show! I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
This is why, just no. Please stop killing Slang. The 2 houses are connected to the tower in the middle. I thought that at first too, but I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that. Oh, okay, well then I see what this one might be. Let's just make sure.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the Funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
This whole time we've been thinking the 2 towers are the same building, but if that was the only mystery, there's no way Nagito would mention it here.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
But no, crap, I lost a lot of time. But no, because we have that strange feeling, because if they were connected the way they are, why was everything still...
Both of those towers, are they really the same place?
I just wanted to let him finish his thoughts there, but why was everything still in the same spot and not rotated?
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
What?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
If so, then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
Does that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said too much.
If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building again.
Bow down.
Well, looks like we about to get into a
Then
little
how about
altercation
this?
here.
Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
While we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, but we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it. While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it.
Okay, but then how about the other pillars?
Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
I don't think that's how it went, but wait, no, actually, you know, I think that is how it went. Oh, okay. Yeah, so, yeah, she got her little queen quote correctly. No, she got her queen quote correct there, but yeah, I'm gonna have to shut you down, because, you're saying some crazy things that don't make too much sense. What
There are many
the frick
different
do I
ways.
use here? Well, let me just...
The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Thank God for that
Moving the
skill
body
I
in the
have
pillar in
equipped.
Such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear. The pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene. He could have moved it all, easy as pie.
Okay, no, there's definitely a hole in what she just said. I need to show her the evidence that contradicts
It
that.
seems you have forgotten.
Oh yeah,
Monokuma
because
is
if you move
surprisingly
everything,
strong. Wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear.
how would he be able to move
pillar, the
oil
body,
that had already
everything at the
seeped
crime
into the floor,
Allow me to cut through those words.
but clean up the previous spot?
Moving the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor.
Huh?
When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the e-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh?
This mystery ties into the secret of the Funhouse. But we don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. Then the only thing we can do is rely on the one person who has those clues.
Hey, Nagito.
That smirk.
I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up. Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the Funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly. It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Determine? Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
I have a good reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
He performed the appropriate action in order to learn the secret. Could he be talking about, well, the life-threatening game? I mean, we controlled him throughout it. I mean, plus everybody kind of did a little bit of this, and you know, more people did that, and everybody participated in that, so yeah.
I see! You're talking about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you. At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
You took a picture?
Yep.
Nagito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera from his inner pocket.
See? This is it.
And as he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think it's weird? If the Funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Lots of things that shouldn't make sense in this picture?
Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
What doesn't make sense in this picture? Admittedly, this stumped me greatly when I first got to this point. And I might have gamed over here, I don't recall. But one thing that doesn't make sense, you know, like if the towers are connected in the center, where's the tower in the background? Or not tower, but the hall,
The structure
rather.
of the Funhouse is what we thought it was. Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle.
That's what I meant to say. There's, yeah, you know, like if they're connected to the same tower, where was the house in the
Which
background?
means,
Yeah.
if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
I see. And is that it?
Nagito said there's lots of things that don't make sense in this photo, which means there are other contradictions contained in it. What doesn't make sense in this picture? Now, the follow-up, and I got this one by pure, like, just clicking around because I had no clue, but when they explained it, it made sense. Nagito took this picture from the first floor of Strawberry House. The first floor. So why are we above the canopy here?
Here! You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then, this is definitely strange. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up.
That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
I don't know what cursed eye you've dealt with, but the cursed eye I know all too well is the one in Binding of Isaac, which is, you know, like, it's a charged weapon, but if you get hit before you're fully charged, you'll teleport to a different room, and God, that weapon is just annoying.
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me. If you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
The other clue? Is he talking about that one time? Why, hello there, Hajime. The Nagito! Why are you here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How'd you even come here? Maybe I teleported.
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already?
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma Archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
Was that thing just now another hint of figuring out the mystery behind the Funhouse's structure? The reason Nagito appeared from the third floor. Using the photo he took, I might be able to find the answer if I just think about it. Alright, let's do this? Oh god, logic dive. Oh wait, logic dive. No, this is cool. Yeah, I can do this. Just need to go over the controls again. Accelerate, jump. Who needs to brake? I'll probably need to brake. Alright, let's go. I am so ready today. You cannot stop me, logic dive. Ooh, let's do it. Let's go right into an obstacle. Oh, come on now. There we go. Checkpoint. Question 1. Do Strawberry House and Grape House both exist? Well, yeah, we were in both of them, so they exist. I mean, what kind of question is that? Are we about to get philosophical up in this piece? Oh, that was way too early. Okay, I might want to stop screwing around because I really hope I do not get a game over on a freaking logic dive. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. We're good. We are good. I gotta remember, brakes. They do exist. Alrighty. Let's go. Question 2. Are Strawberry House and Grape House the same building or two different buildings? Well, we know that they're the same building because they share a tower where, you know, like, things don't move from. Alrighty. Let's watch out. There we go. Not today, obstacles. Oh, God. Ah! Oh, man. Okay. No, no, no. Did it. He's done it. How are Strawberry House and Grape House positioned with each other? Well, if it's not horizontally, it has to be vertically. We're done.
It's all coming together.
Ooh, that one was a little rough. A little rough.
Got it. I know the secret of the Funhouse.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building?
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
where Strawberry House is located, well, it's going to have to be the floors above Grape House due to, you know, the picture we saw, which was taken above the canopy.
I see! On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap. I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes. A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the Funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
You've just been Kuma'd!
Kuma'd. I would love a show like that.
Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
Then, it's true? The building was really like that?
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House. Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
Ha!
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
Good luck with that. Alright. A lot of options here. Let's see how it plays out.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
And hurry up, dumbass!
Thank you, Fuyuhiko.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You are magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them.
A dummy of Nekomaru's body existed. Does that mean the killer prepared it in advance? But is something like that even possible?
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
And hurry up, dumbass!
I don't know what I would use here.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be...
Because his body was severely damaged, the lamp was detachable. Person's body was damaged. Give me a minute to mull this one over.
You are magnificent, Gundam!
Okay, hear me out here. I'm
which one
going
was
to
the fake
use
body?
Gundam's statement
Shut up! Just
to
pick
shoot
one of them.
down Kazuichi's statement. because I'm not seeing anything here like in my own arsenal that I can use to disprove anything. So my reasoning for this is that how can you create a dummy if there was like no mechanical parts there to begin with? I mean, I guess an option is anything you find in the octagon, but you wouldn't have really had too much time to construct this, or I don't know. Like, I do remember one like thing in this game just being like really out there and dumb. It's like, wow, yeah, this is a pretty dumb like solution here. And for the longest, I thought it was the whole like gravel thing during the second trial. But then I sort of saw where the clues were sort of leading to that. So this might be the one I was thinking of that was just really dumb, and what I ultimately had to look up when I first played this on my own. Because I do legitimately recall like one thing in particular where I went through the entire arsenal of truth bullets I had on the selections and nothing worked out. This might be it.
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies
I'm
in one of the
hoping
towers
at least.
was actually a dummy.
No.
Damn it!
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Okay, maybe
Hurry up,
this
dumbass.
isn't what I have to do.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually
mean
a
a fake
dummy. I
body?
think I'm about to waste my time with this. Yep, okay. Yeah, magnetic fields unleashed the time the meteorite landed because of a reaction of the machinery. Okay. Dummy
gonna solve
mechanical
this mystery
body.
in
We
a
got
flash.
tipped over pillar, chain, broken door.
Hurry
knob.
up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers
I'm legitimately confused here.
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
No, that's
Okay,
wrong.
as you can tell by my health, I kind of just ran down the line here. You're going to have to refresh my memory on how this
Nekomaru's
makes sense,
body
game.
wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Me?
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said,
Oh, crap. That... Yeah, okay, so that means... But no, I mean, that wouldn't have anything to do with dummy, then. That would have just... That would have just meant... okay. But, yeah, I think they're bringing up the fact that it does mention this, right? Yeah, the disassembled parts Kazuichi arranged look exactly the same. Okay, I guess that makes sense in terms of, like, disproving him. Okay, wait, no. The transcript probably won't go back that far from all of my failed attempts. Okay, it actually doesn't show the failed attempts. That's cool. If the different floors in the building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places? It's because one was a dummy. But... Wait a minute. Like, yeah, I feel like this is just a dumb line of questioning because... Like... He's using the dummy example to say, like, why Nekomaru's body was in both places. But then, how would you also imitate, like, the same oil spill, the same tipped over pillar, like, everything being the same? Even, like, what were the other truth bullets there? I don't know. That one was just... I don't know. I mean... At the end of the day, I guess it does make sense, but why would you even have to go over that line of questioning? I mean, we already did determine that the floor didn't rotate 180 degrees or that things were moved to make the floor, the rooms look similar because of that oil spill, whatnot. But then even if you're going with the dummy argument here, that could be disproved by so much more. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop dwelling on it.
Right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right?
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer. If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall.
Or you could pretend to do your job just to get suspicion off of you. Because that's kind of what Mikan did in the previous trial. She attempted to do the autopsy and said like, oh no, somebody tampered with the temperature so I can't do my autopsy correctly. But then it turned out that she set up the situation so that she wouldn't be able to do the autopsy correctly to make it think like somebody sabotaged her to begin with. But okay.
It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
I see. That is disappointing.
I'm even more disappointed.
I love that she's disappointed that he's not the killer. Like, wow, that's hatred.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
A device like that? A device that transports things to different floors in the same building? Okay, now come the frick on. Feel like I've seen that before. Yes, you have. Multiple freaking times. Are we seriously about to do a Hangman's Gambit for this? We are seriously about to do a Hangman's Gambit for this. Okay. You ride in one for the thing! What are the freaking controls for this again? Catch and release, and then letter explosion. Got it. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do a little of that. I'm gonna need you right there. Yeah. Alright, where's an L? I mean, they ride in one for every trial. Yeah, just make that bigger. Okay, you know what? I'll just get rid of that for now. It's just taking up space. V, yeah. Ah, crap. Well, I can just do that. And catch, release. Yeah, I'm gonna need these T's. I'm gonna need those O's. I don't need that. I need that there. T-O-R. Look at that. Whew. Clutch. Is that my first Hangman's Gambit where I took no damage?
You must be talking about an elevator.
We did not need to do a Hangman's Gambit for that, by the way. We just didn't.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower? And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower?
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
The things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers. That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil. We've been talking about that stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them. Not even the fact that they all moved with the elevator. The one thing that these all have in common is that they're on the floor.
I see! Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change?
And?
And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
There's something unique about that elevator. Well, I mean, we already know that's the structure of the room. That wouldn't be unique. We already know that too. Plus, you know, that's with an elevator in general. You can only enter from one floor at a time. So, I mean, there has to be a ceiling. But I guess we can infer that the unique thing is that this is an elevator where only the floor moves.
I see! So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Just for show? Why was something like that necessary?
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Camera centers on Monokuma.
Did you hear that,
Oh, hey.
Monami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
I don't like where this is going.
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Like you said, I could probably use these parts to repair that button, but... So seriously, hold on. Even if you do repair the button, what's going to happen to the chain on the other side of the door? I mean, it would probably break, but okay. Chain? The door that leads to Strawberry Hall is a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix the button on Strawberry Hall's side, the door won't open as long as that chain is there. You don't need to worry about that at all. Huh?
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the Funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
I see. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that matter.
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
I agree. What does this mean? If the two houses are connected vertically, the position of the tower should be the same in both houses. But in fact, when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower was on my right. And when my back was facing the elevator in Strawberry House, the tower was on my left. How can I break through this contradiction? Well, I can think of one way, and it involves something that Nagito had somebody do.
The two houses are connected vertically.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning
It's clearly contradictory.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
I like it. So Gundam and Sonya have matching arguments. It sounds like it makes sense, but is that really correct? Yeah, because
the two houses are connected vertically.
no, not
The
Fuyuhiko.
elevator should move.
Kazuichi, he was on the elevator and, he did the little compass thing, and he realized that, where the hell is his thing at? Right there. The needle spun 180 degrees while in the contact elevator. So, wait.
Vertically, not horizontally.
Oh, that's saying like how they
However,
move, right?
At both houses,
Both houses.
if the contact elevator is behind you,
Wait.
the towers are in opposite directions.
No, yeah, that is a correct
Which
statement.
means your reasoning.
So I'm going to go
What's with this
ahead
iron
and
curtain
go
of teamwork?
against Gundam's little thing right there.
Two houses are
The elevator should move.
vertically, not
Because that shouldn't
horizontally.
happen. Wrong button. That shouldn't happen in a vertically moving elevator.
No, that's wrong.
Or an elevator that's moving specifically
elevator wasn't just moving
vertically on a track. The elevator wasn't just moving vertically.
Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Ah, that. Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
Well, I mean, wasn't that the island we were just on?
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
Yeah, because he's a bear.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear.
See, that's what I just said.
I was never human to begin with.
Yeah, he has a point, see?
I'm different from these lowly humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
What an octagon means? Well, it's an 8-sided shape. This is a quadrilateral, that's a hexagon, that's a pentagon. Yeah, I know basic geometry.
If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
I mean, to be fair, that's like, what, freaking 1st or 2nd grade? Come on now.
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
Though, I mean, that's given, like, not enough credit to children because I believe that's, like, even covered in preschool shows, too. Like, these are your shapes. This is an octagon. It has 8 sides. Have you ever seen an octagon? That's right. A stop sign is an octagon. The place befitting of the name Octagon, it's probably... No lie, this one threw me off too, but it makes sense when you think about it. When you sit a quadrilateral, like, well, a rectangle to be exact, on a perfect hexagon, the area that, like, is around them, words escape me right now, but this is where the octagon is going to be.
Here. You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the Octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house?
They're going to explain this a lot better than I could. Why couldn't they do that for binary?
If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
You know, that's also another thing that throws people off because they might look at, you know, random shape and just be like, oh, that can't be a hexagon, that can't be an octagon, that goes against everything I learned about shapes. But no, as long as a polygon has like the exact number of sides, it doesn't matter how it looks, it's still going to be that specific polygon. Though you can really only do stuff like that when you get like up to pentagons and hexagons and stuff. Quadrilaterals, you can't really do too much. You know, that's why you get like rhombus and trapezoids and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, you can have way more flexibility with more sides.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the Funhouse. Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the Funhouse from the scenery, and then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
The funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon. What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru? And who was the killer who did that? Well, now it's time for an intermission.
Hiya!
Why, hello there. I don't have a new bad word to call Monami. Ooh, I can already tell I won't be pleased by this. Then let me say it right away. I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word. Monami is a serious Stufatly. That's much more straightforward than I expected. Stufatly, huh? Tisk, tisk, tisk. That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporating all three of these words would be... Oh man, I love portmanteaus. Ta-da! Stufatly. Oh, there's a fat hidden in there? She's not the sharpest tack in the box.
Okay, everyone, all together now. Monami is a serious Stufatly.
Oh, I didn't say it along with them, actually. I feel bad. But alright, that's gonna be it for today. Not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of the first half of this trial, because it just feels like it drags on a bit. But I guess in their, in their minds, they want to make sure they have all the facts before they move on to the next thing, because their lives are at risk. But yeah, the first half of this trial, was never a big fan of it. Never a big fan of it. At least the second trial picks up a bit, because now we're going to find out who actually did it. So, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and see you next time for some more Let's Play Danganronpa 2. Goodbye, Despair. And goodbye, viewers.